Top of the afternoon, top of the afternoon, top of the afternoon. It's your boy B Jizzle and my girl Kels. I think she's in the phone booth putting on her super
sorry.
intels cape. There she goes, hopping out the booth. You know, it's my co-host Kels. How we doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. I know we had to move the show from yesterday to today, so if you're wondering why, my charger went out. I had to order something on Amazon real quick. But anyway, we're back in the game here. We had to move it till Monday. So thank you for your patience. We're back for episode 6, defensive end, defensive edge, edges, ends. I mean, we're going to talk about some Bubbas the Cowboys are interested in, and the type Christian Parker is interested in here on this episode today. And we've got a special guest chiming in from North Carolina. Stand up. Take your shirt and wave it around. It's like a helicopter, something like that. But y'all know who Petey Pablo is. We're going to have Scottie come in here in just a minute. But some breaking news here today, Kels, and let's just get to it. JSN is driving up the GP dollar.
Hey.
Highest paid wide receiver in the game. Seattle just broke off a bag for JSN, Kels.
Listen, he deserves it. He deserves it.
What does that mean for GP and these tag talks real quick?
Listen, honestly, it just seems like he just got drafted. I'm like, has it been that long since he's been in the league? But he deserves every bit of it. And shout out to JSN. Shout out to him. He deserves it.
All right, well, let's go ahead and let's bring our special guest to the show. We got a guy from North Carolina here to join us. It's one of Kels's frat brothers, something like that, right? They was talking about Bloods and Crips and all of the stuff on the backstage, but, well, you know, the equivalent. So shout out to everybody in college out there. Scottie, how we doing today in North Carolina, baby?
Hey, BG Kels, it's a pleasure. Good to see y'all.
How's the weather out there today?
It was nice, but, you know, the weather's up and down in Charlotte, man. It was 80 degrees today, 80.
Yeah. Are there a lot of Cowboy fans out there in North Carolina?
It's a lot of disgruntled Panther fans. We sprinkled here and there. We got a few bars where the Cowboys, fans meet up, but we got enough where I feel at home.
Yeah. Well, before we get into this, because I want to get your reactions. Welcome to the show. First of all, we'll be talking about ends today. But before we get to that, I want to know your thoughts as we were talking in the green room before we got here on the JSN signing. Do you think that drives up the value of George Pickens and David Mulugeta?
Woo! Yeah, man. Yesterday's prices are not today's prices. I heard that from a wise man. I think his name was BG. We said that earlier. As I was coming home, I'm saying to myself, wow, it just got real. Because, a lot of times with Cowboy Nation, Mr. Jerry Jones, a lot of times he's slow to the draw. So now, the prices are up there, man. He's making, $42.5 a year approximately. So
168. Yeah, it's over 40 million. That's the highest paid.
Yes, sir. But I feel he earned it, though. He earned it, and he got the chip down. So, hey, got to get the bag.
He most definitely earned it. But I think now because the bar is set, and what you also brought back up before we get into these ends was Puka Nacua ain't got his money yet. He's still on his rookie deal, so that contract might get done. So JSN might not be the highest, but we already know CD said he wouldn't mind GP getting more than him. But now that number is getting up there, I wonder, Kels, do you think CD going to feel the same if George gets more than he's going to get, like, say, 2, 3, 4, 5 million more?
I mean, the thing is, the way I look at it is, he's listed as RW1B. So the question will have to be, will he get paid as actual true WR1? Or is it going to be on the same wavelength as whatever the pay is for RW2? So right now, because of his actual position, his market value is still at 30 million a year. So we're talking about like maybe 123, 124. You may get maybe 50 or 60 million dollars guaranteed. So we'll just have to see how, so if he is going to be, even though he's listed as WR1B, if he's getting paid as a WR2, then he has not really reset the market. As far as JSN, even though he reset it, that price tag would go, let's just say, if they extend Lamb. You get what I'm saying?
I got you. And speaking of Lamb and GP, they were off in the SAND. You know, it looks like they're out on a little vacay, having some good times, some bros. I just wonder, you know, if and when it is time for GP to get paid, and he does get several more $1 million. I wonder if CD's still gonna feel that way. I hope he does, but I'm just glad we got him on the tag either way. So let's get off these wide receivers. Let's get into these edges, because Lord knows, Kales, we need some defense. Everybody's hollering linebacker, hollering edge. And I was looking at some Ruben Bain highlights, and I was just telling Scottie, I was like, boy, it sure would be nice if the Cowboys could get our hands on Ruben Bain. That kid is a monster.
He's past the monster.
Past the monster. Ooh, yeah,
Past
the monster. Well, let's look at some of his highlights. Let's go ahead and kick off the show. Talk to me about Ruben Bain. If the Cowboys would be so lucky for him to fall to us, why does he fit the type of defender that Christian Parker is looking for in a defensive end or an edge, Kels?
Yeah. So one thing about Bain, let me pull up some of my good old notes here, because I took up some of mine. So Ruben Bain, he's a defensive end, but he is a 3-tech, defensive end, but he also had 5-tech capabilities. So he's definitely going to be down in the dirt, be ready to bulldoze you, all that other fun stuff. And he is from Miami.
Ooh, I know. I can hear Michael Irvin right now. Scottie, he doing these things like, Jerry, get him, Jerry.
You know it. You know it.
And let me pull up some of the things. So he's definitely going to be like a year one starter. He's 6'2". He is hold on, what's going on? Oh, okay, I'm about to say what's going on with my Wi-Fi. He is 263. To me, as for defensive end, he is kind of under the weight as far as a 3-4 defense. I mean, yeah, for a 3.
He got to be a big 300-pounder too. Is that what it is?
Close to. We're talking about probably like maybe 275, between 275 to 290.
Gotcha.
Basically almost like the same, almost around the same weight class as a defensive tackle would be. His arm span is 30 7/8 inches, and his hand size is 9 1/8. At the this boy, his production score is 90.
Got to be off the charts.
Yeah, 93. And he ranked second. His athleticism, he's in the yellow line. So he ranked 13th with a score of 68, but his overall total score, he ranked second. So he's in the green with a score of 84. This man, he'll bulldoze you. He is he's definitely like, he could rush off the edge, or he could mismatch guards as a sub package rusher. He has very explosive power and toughness, loose hips, violent hands, which creates shorter rush corners. To me, he really don't have a lot of cons, but he just have to, as far as like,
well, other than his weight for our scheme, right? But it seems like he seems to be one of the, if not the top most sought after defensive edge in his draft, and we're not.
Yeah,
mistaken.
And the only thing he has to do is he has to close the burst on the quarterback. So that's the only cons that I've seen with him.
Yeah. Scottie, talk to us. What do you like about Ruben Bain? I mean, do you think he could fall to us in a perfect world, or do you think he comes off before one of those picks?
Man, that would be if he fell to us. I mean, the likelihood of that is not high, but what I will say is he has a very high motor. very high motor. And it seemed like he's in the right place at the right time. And it's kind of like just very instinctive, like those intangibles, things you really can't coach. But when I see him on film, from what I've seen, he's always right where he needs to be. In particular, the game against Texas A&M, man, he took over special teams, and then he's great against the run. And I think that's been one of our that run game. With Tank,
he comes off that line. He's in that backfield. He's getting the running backs before they're in North and West.
His motor is crazy. So I look at the intangibles he brings. Obviously, he's a solid player, great player. But I think on the next level, the way he get off that ball, man, it's a beautiful thing. So
yeah. Kale Sterling says, I don't see him talking to us, but draft day, anything can happen. I know that you always talk about, Will McClay and his draft scout department or pro department, that they're always on the touch points when it comes to these players. Do they see him at the combine? Do they see him at the draft or, whatever here or there? Have the Cowboys, have Bain been in the Cowboys sites as far as this process has gone?
Yeah, he was one of the ones that they interviewed at Senior Bowl, the combine. Did they have their pro day yet? Did they have? Wait a minute.
You got me. I don't know. Y'all can let us know in the comments.
I don't think Miami. I don't think Miami has had their pro day yet, or if they did, had their pro day. Definitely, there was Cowboys representation, and normally Cowboys representation will go to Miami, so I would not expect anything for them not to go. Yeah. But yeah, those will be the only times that they will speak. And I think I haven't heard so much as far as him being one of the 30 visits.
Okay.
All right, we're dealing with a little comment issue. Thank you for the feedback there. Appreciate that. Thank you, Sterling, for the 100 stars. We appreciate that. But we do have a mock draft up. We like to do one of these every episode. So let us know if you can see the comments now. I've got them up on the screen. It's a new feature here with StreamYard, but it is pick 12. But guess what? Ruben Bain is not there, but the next guy we may talk about, Keldrick Falk, is there at edge. Would you pull the trigger on Keldrick Falk at edge there at pick 12, Kels?
I mean, I would.
Yeah.
My thing with him is no disrespect to him. To me, he's like a better upgrade Mozzie Smith. This is what
you got. You got Akeem Mesidor still there, and TJ Parker, some other folks that we haven't talked about yet. But Keldrick Falk is the highest at 18, and this is at pick 12. So I don't know, Scottie. What are your thoughts? Would you pull the trigger on Keldrick Falk as a Ruben Bain knockoff?
Now, the difference between him and Bain, the fundamental difference I see is the size. He's a little longer and a little bigger. So, I mean, Falk is about 6'5", 6'6". He can bend around that corner. I mean, get them hands up. I mean, active hands. That's what I would want to see from him. Active hands and just create some chaos. But with his range and his length, I think we could do something with him if he has the fall there. It's something that we should definitely explore.
Well, Kel, I got some film on Mr. Keldrick. If you'd like to dive into your notes on him, I'll pull this film up on Keldrick right quick. Let's talk about Keldrick. Y'all let us know in the comments below if we're at pick 12 and Keldrick Falk falls there, which Kels is getting ready to go through on these defensive edges and ends rather. Let us know in the comments. Would you pull the trigger or not?
So, Keldrick Falk, he is an edge. He plays, I have to get which tech he plays. But this is what we wanted Mozzie Smith to do. I'm going to be real with you. This is what we wanted Mozzie to do. But he will be a good starter maybe in like 2 years. So I could definitely, let's say if the Cowboys do draft him, he will probably, until he is a starter on the actual lineup, he'll be perfect for special teams. He is 6'6". He is 270. Yeah, he's 276 pounds. He did pretty good. He ranked green light and everything at the combine. His production score was 73. So he ranked 14th. It's athleticism. He ranked 6th with a score of 76. His total score, he ranked 5th with a score of 78. He didn't do a lot at combine. He only did the vertical jump and the broad jump. So the vertical jump was 35 inches and the broad jump was 9 feet 9 inches. He's saving a lot of stuff for his pro day.
Okay.
If you were to give him an NFL comparison, think of Carlos Dunlap as far as his skill set. He's a very fluid player. He has good movement skills. He works around blocks very well, but he needs more assertive initial strikes to set up firmer edges and gap control. His toughness is very consistent when he's in the blocks, and he knows how to come off. He knows how to get off the blocks pretty good. One minute roll that video again. So he's one of those players that if he starts somewhere, he will come around on the other side. So he does maintain the edges real good, especially when it's a tight end. So and let's just say if we were playing Kansas City this year, and Travis Kelce, he just signed a 3-year deal for $54 million. So let's just say if we was playing Kansas City again, he will be real good on the edges as far as trying to control Travis Kelce.
Tight end types. Yeah. I got you. Scottie, anything to add to that about Mr. Keldrick Falk, who fell to us? I'm going to get this mock draft back up here because somebody asked a good question, said, who's the BPA guy? But any other thoughts on Mr. Keldrick Falk?
Kel's pretty much hit home with it. I mean, and like I said, the one thing I love about that young man is his length. And he can bend that corner, but he just wanted to be consistent at that pro level. Because I mean, the one thing that I love so much about Bane, and that's just a big dream of mine at this point, but the way Bane getting that backfield, get them ball carries, loss of 2, loss of 3. So if he can have that kind of energy, and we can get him in Dallas, man, I say let's rock and roll with it.
Yeah. So here's some other stuff about him that I can share with you because I'm reading all of the notes. So he's actually a 3-tech interior defender. But if the Cowboys were to draft him at 20, we're looking at the 20th pick now. Because right. I don't see him going. If he does go in day 2, he's definitely coming off the board at the top of the 2nd round. So he's not going to be there for the 3rd round with where we at, pick 91. I think pick 91. Yeah. So if we were to get him at 20, he's going to not only play 3-tech, but he's going to play 5-tech. And he's going to be a run defender. So the Cowboys will definitely have him tracking more so whoever's in the backfield, whether it's a slot receiver or a fullback or a running back. So that's where he's going to be at if we were to get him. To me, he's a good 20th. I would not draft high in 12 to get him, but he will definitely be there at 20 if we were to stick and pick.
All right, so we didn't grab Keldrick. We just talked about Keldrick, but here is the BPA at pick 12 on Mock Draft Simulator. I'll share this down in the comments below, so if you want to check it out, you feel free. It's one of the tools we use here. Carnell Tate, wide receiver, offensive tackle. Well, at least it's not from Michigan. Monroe Freeling, Makai Lemon, wide receiver. No defenders in the top 3, so going back to edge, Keldrick Falk, Akeem. I know Caitlin was talking about Mansour Delane in the comments. He's already off the board through 11. So Jamal McCoy, Dylan Thieneman, I think, was still there. Yeah, Dylan Thieneman is still there. So I don't know. I mean, at this juncture, I mean, this is one of those funky ways that the draft kind of plays out. Sometimes it makes you think like, ooh, what we gonna do?
Yeah. So one thing I did say, like when we started the kickoff of this draft show, one of the tidbits I did say was you want the offensive line during the combine and their pro days to do so well that they will come off the board early. By the time it gets to us, we will have options with defense. The downside to that, you won't have so many options. You're like, which way to go? And then you'll be stuck with, did I make the right choice? Like, yeah, Mansour Delane. I love Mansour Delane. We get him at 12, but guess what? Ruben Bain and David Bailey is still sitting on the board. So it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't, if you have that many options. If so, yeah, you want the offense to fall off the board quick.
Yeah, because there's I see a lot of bloggers and vloggers right now. And let me just ask you, Scottie, if the Cowboys were to some crazy reason take offense at pick 12, not only how would that make you feel, but who do you think we would grab? I mean, as you've seen, we had a couple of wide receivers there, Carnell Tate, an offensive tackle, and another wide receiver that's at the BPA, because you always hear people say BPA. Well, which of those of the BPA are you taking?
Man, I mean, if we have to do that, I think I would go offensive tackle. I think our receiver room, I mean, it's not that you can't get better, but I think we're pretty solid. Well, with the O-line, I mean, we can. There's room for improvement. I got confidence in what we have, but there is always room for improvement.
Yeah, because Kels, didn't your guy Brock? Didn't he's gone now, and then they re-signed TJ, right?
Yeah, Brock.
Because we had some movement on the offensive line. So, I mean, does that change? Because you said it here on BPA to kick it off. Free agency shapes up the BPA. I mean, do we need more help on the offensive line after letting Brock go?
No, because we still have TJ Bass.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people are starting to talk about offense.
Brocky, I'm gonna miss him. He's back with McCarthy with the Steelers. So I wish him all the mess. I'm gonna miss all his little crazy antics and stuff, because him and TJ Bass was a menace.
Yeah, I know you always were talking about him.
Yeah, they had no problems, throwing people up out the club. Yeah, with no problem. Yeah, Sterling, that's the one we're talking about. Brock Hoffman. Yeah, I know him as Brocky, but yeah, I'm gonna miss him on the team. I'm gonna miss.
It's just interesting because if you take a look, I'll place this link down in the comments of Mock Draft Simulator. I mean, this is what we're working with. And then you go to D-line, which we've covered. Cornerbacks, we've covered. Linebackers, we've covered. I mean, damn, it seems like all the players are gone down there.
But
depends.
Emmanuel McNeil Warren is still there.
Yeah. At safety, at safety. I mean, but we just signed 2 safeties in free agency. I mean, do you think we would go after a safety, Scottie?
So one is a rotational piece. The other one is an actual 53-man roster spot.
And that's why we have Kales here to break down the entails. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah,
so
it'd be safe to say towards this. I mean, we pulling the trigger on Emmanuel at this point, or Dylan at safety.
This is what I think is going to happen. Mansour Delane is going to be there at 12. I have my gut is telling me he's going to be there. This is the bull crap I think they're going to do. They're going to get Mansour Delane. They may stick and pick 20, and they're going to get Dylan Thieneman.
Because we're still sitting currently at the 8 picks. Everything's still the same since what you shared last year.
Yeah, because I know they were looking at some linebackers, Patrick Queen, so that didn't fall through. They're looking at the one from
There you go.
I'm trying to think the other linebacker where he's at, but they're looking at trading with him. But the thing is, will this trade be a pick for next year? Because I know one thing I'm noticing, and BG, did I not mention it? A lot of clubs are now trading picks for next year because next year is the draft.
For what?
With everybody and their mama coming out.
Yeah.
A lot of them are really don't care about the 2026 draft. A lot of people are definitely trading picks for 2027 because that's where everybody is coming out, including Archie Manning.
Well, let's talk about free agency a little bit because free agency shapes up BPA. Kel shared that here with us. I've got Sport Track up. I mean, are the Cowboys, because I know they were talking to a couple here this last week. I think they were trying to make a move on a couple of linebackers, Kels. Any new movement or any new intels on maybe us trying to get a veteran linebacker before the draft?
That's the one I'm trying to think of. I know Patrick Queen is out. The other one was I'm trying to think, was he in Miami? And I can't think of his name right now.
You talking about a linebacker?
Yeah, a linebacker.
No, I don't see any linebacker on here from Miami. But Scottie, what's your thoughts? Do you think maybe the Cowboys are going to go for some veteran help in, in free agency, maybe linebacker, or which position do you think maybe we might get some veteran help at? Because this BPA seems like it's constantly a moving target.
Well, I can tell you guys now, I'm very, very high on Jalen Thompson, the safety we got from the Cardinals. I think he's gonna come right in ready to rock and roll, man. But we definitely, if we could get a nice quality linebacker, that would be lovely, man. That would be like an early Thanksgiving for me. I would.
Yeah, I've been hearing Bobby Wagner still out there as a free agent. Some of these guys has been moving around.
Jordan Brooks.
We need Jordan
Brooks,
Jordan Brooks from Miami and Bobby.
Yes.
Great call out, Vondale. Thank you.
Corey.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I would not mind taking him. So this is another thing we have to also be mindful now, because I'm looking at the Cowboys pocketbook right now. We roughly have so we just re-signed our cornerback Ballantine back to the roster. Not a lot of money, so it's not going to be a big hit to our cap. So we roughly have 18 million right now, $18 million to play around with. But what is the magic number of what we need to go into the draft?
15
million.
Yeah.
So we basically have a little, maybe around 3 million to play around with until those post June 1 cuts come in and we get some money back off of that. So right now it's like we got to be cautious and careful now where we're spending and everything. But those three linebackers, maybe not Bobby Wagner, but Bobby from New York and Brooks from Miami, they're not going to cost as much, but they're good though. They're good. And especially when you look at the playing style and the scheme, fits perfectly with what Christian Parker is doing.
Well, which one of these linebackers you got in my DMs highlights do I need to look at next that fits Christian Parker's type, Kels, that you'd like to discuss here when we cover ends?
Let's talk about Akeem Mesidor.
All right, here we go. It's all yours.
All right. So this is the perfect one that fits Christian Parker's scheme. Yeah, he is 259 pounds, but that is fine. He is an exception to the rule because he is an outside rusher. So you need someone fast on the outside. So he weighed in at combine at 3'6". He is a 3-tech defensive end. His hand usage, he used a variety of techniques, including a double swipe, a club and swing, and dipping the shoulder to bypass blockers. When's the last time you seen all three of these in one player?
Hold on, double swipe? That's like a Jalen Smith swipe. Like that's a double swipe. Like
no, not the celebration one.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, no, they ain't that one. The club and swim, I like that one. And the dipping the shoulder. So he dip his shoulder in a kind of way where he could bypass the blocks. He is a pass rusher, and that's one of the questions I forgot to ask when we came in. Which one is more important, a pass rusher or an edge rusher? This one is a true pass rush positional player. He has high motor. He has this thing known as an unextinguishable motor. He chases plays from the backside, working through the whistle. Let's see. He doesn't rely on one move. He sets up the defenders counters when his first move is stalled, and he is highly efficient on stunts and twists. So let me go back to he sets up defenders. What is one of the things that Christian Parker is known for? Disguising players in positions.
Disguise means not vanilla, right? Like where everybody can know what we're getting ready to do.
Definitely not vanilla. So I said, Christian Parker, when he designs plays, he will his pre-snap and post-snap is totally different. So this player right here will confuse the hell out of you.
Throw him into the mix. I mean, he's available right now at pick 12. The way Kels is selling him, I'm like ready to pull the trigger on him, Scottie.
Right? Yeah.
What
is his? Any got any downside to him, Kels?
Okay, so he did very well. So he is in the the bluish purplish. So that is like the top rank. And maybe we need to do that on the show where, as far as the ranking, because everything is color coded. How they break down their score. So you have the bluish purplish color, then you have the green, then you have the yellow, and then of course the red, which is the bottom. So his production score, he ranked 3rd at the combine in his position with a score of 90. In athleticism, he ranked 19th with a score of 67, which is fine. We don't expect these edges to be fast and, fast as lightning. So that's fine for where he's at. But his total score, he ranked 4th in the green with the score of 80. His prospect grade was 6.41. Let's see. He is from Canada.
Okay. Oh, Canada.
And if you were to compare him to a current or former NFL player, think of Jonathan Greenard. I like him.
Yeah. Scottie, what's your thoughts on him? Good or bad?
He will also spy the quarterback on the edge. So that's one good point.
Okay, yeah, spy in disguise. I like those two words. What's your thoughts on him? Good or bad, Scottie?
Good. He got versatility, and if you can run, and if you can, good pursuit. I mean, we might can get him going sideline to sideline, because one thing I really in particular want to make sure we stop the run. It's a must. We be able to stop the run, and he looks athletic enough and rangy enough that he can actually do that. I just think with the new defensive coordinators that we have and everything, if we get him in there, man, I think he can make an impact.
Okay. Well, let's get this mock draft simulator back up. I think we're just gonna go ahead and pull the trigger on it because that looks like the best player defensively that we need at edge. He's not the BPA, however, but he is right below Keldrick Falk, as we've already talked about him. So let's pull the draft on him and see what comes up as 20 as we continue this train moving. I mean, who else you got over there, Kels, or was there anything else left on?
Nah, I said everything with him.
Yeah.
I thought I pulled his up. Hold on, let me take Keldrick out real quick. I thought I had him up.
All right, let's see
But
what's the
I'm pulling him up.
BPA.
But let's talk about Nadame Tucker.
Woo! Because at pick 20, you might want to just cover TJ Parker. He's at the top of the stack. I mean, we just took your guy we just talked about before, and now TJ Parker's. I don't know. It's your call. Who you got?
Who's there? Let me see who else is there at Edge.
Let's go BPA. Oh, Parker's not even up there. He's down here.
He's there.
But
go back to Edge.
but Jamar McCoy is there. Cornerback.
It's just go back to Edge. I like TJ Parker, but I would get this boy from Oklahoma, R. Thomas Mason.
R. Thomas Mason. All right, let's get the clips and let's talk about him.
Okay, so R. Thomas Mason, he is from Oklahoma. He is definitely a highly rated prospect in this year's class. He is an edge rusher. I'll be surprised if you don't make it out the first round, then something is wrong. He'll probably be there by the time we get to 12 and definitely 20 if we stick and pick. But if he don't make it out the first round,
yeah, he's still there. He's at 49 still right now. I mean, he's 1, 2, 3, 4. He's 5th ranked at BPA for edges at pick 20.
Yeah, so if he ain't there, then so he recorded 6.5 sacks, 22 tackles, 2 forced fumbles. And he acts as a crucial pass rush specialist, but he's actually going to go into the draft as in more so of an edge rusher than a pass rusher. So he focuses on speed over mass. He uses a mass by acceleration formula to create force. He is, like you said, he is considered a top 50 pick. But if he makes it, I mean, if he goes in the early second round, then that's good. But if you don't make it in the first, then some of these teams are tripping, including the Cowboys. One thing about him, let me pull up his draft card. Okay, somebody just fell down the stairs outside. So he is from he is from Fort Lauderdale. His production score, he scored 18th with a score of 69. So he ranked in the yellow, so that's like above average, or just barely making it. Athleticism, he scores 62. And he ranked 32nd. Total score, he ranked 19th with a score of 68. To me, he's kind of undersized, 241 pounds. His 40 dash at the combine, he clocked in at 4.67, which is good for an edge rusher. His 10-yard split was 1.63 seconds. He's a high octane rusher. He, like I said, he does have explosive takeoff up the field, especially in blocks. He will fit so Christian Parker is going to be doing A and C gaps, so he will fit those gaps real well. His first 3 steps to the top of the rush are fast and furious. He has the bend and ankle flexion to deep under taller tackles. He will surprise tackles with his ability to convert speed to power. Some of his cons is he gets hung up on base blocks due to the lack of length, even though he will work in the A and C gaps. He has trouble maintaining his hand stacked and holding his ground. But some of this thing is basically can be fixed with development. He did miss a couple of games in 22, 23, and 25.
All right. Scotty, anything to add? A good, bad, or indifferent?
From the sounds of things, I don't know a whole lot about him, but he sounds more like a project.
Yeah.
It seemed like he do got a motor with him, so that's those are things that could be worked on. But he just seemed more like probably, he might be like a hidden gem. He might really turn into something in 2 or 3 years.
Sound like a Jerry Jones gambler project. I think you nailed it on the head.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Oh man, because I know Jerry was saying to your comment, Kels. We were talking about this in the green room. Scotty and I before we got here. Jerry, I think we had the Grand Prix in Arlington, but I think he had a sound bite where they asked him about the defense, and he said if we'd have played middle of the pack defense, we probably would have made the playoffs. And I think we've been saying that here for a number of while, and that goes to Sterling's comment was like, with CP added as a DC, I can see the defense playing with a chip on their shoulders, no matter who we got, especially the guys we got now and who we add. But they have to see what training camp looks like. Yeah, it's still a long way to go.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are playing with the chip on their shoulders.
But I think Scotty said it too. Like, it's this time of the year that we should start drinking this hope Kool-Aid again, right? This hope. I mean, we got picks. Looks like we're going to have some money to pay our draft picks.
Yeah.
And, free agency. What are we going to be able to do in free agency? So are you drinking the hope Kool-Aid, Scotty? I am.
Hey, half empty, half full.
Yeah.
I'm drinking.
Y'all let us know in the comments if you're drinking while Kels goes on and gets to the next player, if you didn't have anything else to add to that young man. But let's get back to this. Mock draft right quick while we still got it going. Because I think we're at pick 20 now. Like we said, Jamar McCoy is the cornerback, BPA. Kenyon Sadiq, tight end, offensive tackle. Peter Woods. I mean, would we pull the trigger on our Jamar McCoy, Kels, you think, after getting Akeem at pick 12?
I don't know.
Or would we trade back like a lot of folks are saying we might do, is trade back and get an extra pick and maybe pick further down in the first round?
My thing with Jamar McCoy, I do see like in mock drafts, he's going in the first round. But my thing is, he won't be ready because he's still recovering from that ACL. So will he be ready to go week one? Because one thing that people gotta notice with that first round, you automatically have a slot on the 53-man roster. So you will be ready to go if the season were to start today.
Good point. And who you got next up on your list that you'd like to talk about after we just concluded R. Mason Thomas out of OKC?
Let's do a 2-for-1 because these two players, they have the same profile.
DNA, okay.
Basically the same profile, and they play the same positions. So we're going to talk about Nadame Tucker and Joshua Joseph.
All right, I'm getting Nadame's highlights up right now for you. You can go ahead. Joseph.
So, Nadame Tucker is from Western Michigan. This is where Marshawn Nealon comes from.
Marshawn Nealon, okay.
This is his school. Okay, so both these players, Joseph and Tucker, they are all, even though they're edges, they are also outside linebackers. Why is that important?
Hybrid,
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I said this is a 2-for-1. With Tucker, he's a rapidly rising edge rusher. he's he measured into combine 6'2", 6'2", 247 pounds. Um, he's more than likely like maybe a day two, definitely a day three in the mid round. So if he's there at 90, I will get him. Um, he led the FBS in sacks with 14 and a half, tackles for loss 21 this past 2025 season. He is known for his speed, bend, ankle flexation around the corners, often disrupting tackles before they settle. He is a high motor player who makes plays from the backside and shows strong second effort skills. This is a player that will confuse you, which is Christian Parker's type of MO. Advanced hand usage to swipe away opponents' punches, particularly for a player with limited high level experience. As far as ball disruption, he has proven to be a turnover creator with four forced fumbles and
I like that.
Yeah, with the key strip sack in this year's Senior Bowl. His run defense, so his primarily thing is a run defender. Tends to over pursue and he runs himself. Sometimes he runs himself out of position in run support, but he will get to the ball and stop the run. One of the things that he do need improvement is his lack of powerful punch. Can be handled by a stronger lineman if they engage first. This is just to me. If let's say if they were to draft Tucker, I honestly don't see him playing edge. I will see him going into his hybrid position as an outside linebacker. With Joshua Jenkins, so we're going to compare Tucker to Jenkins. He did weigh in at 242. His wingspan is 82 inches. He has an explosive first step and excellent closing speed. The only weakness he has, he needs to improve anchor against the run and add weight to his frame. To be consistent to be a consistent third down defender. So this will be the type of player that will come in on third downs, which will likely limit him to a pass rush specialist. But yeah, with these two players, these are I can see them going there as the outside linebacker.
Got you. Now I want to throw the ball to Scottie here and ask a question because you brought up a good point. I'm hearing more and more about players being more smart or being able to dissect plays or know plays. It's not so much about athletic ability anymore. And Scottie, I want to ask you, it seems like there's been a lot of emphasis on players that are very, cerebral.
Yeah, because I mean, the reality is like when you're playing defense, you got to work and function as a unit. So if that young man can develop a solid, gap and lane integrity, stay with the discipline, because the things that he does well, he does them extremely well. Like I was impressed, 14 and a half sacks and that many tackles for a loss, because that's one of my biggest emphasis. We got to really stop the run. See, once we stop the run, we can unload. We'll have some people that'll get to the quarterback. We're gonna find ways to get home. So if those young players all feed into what CP got going on and understand the culture moving forward, I mean, I think we can make some serious damage. We get some of these young boys, get them on the same page. I would like to see how that would pan out. To be honest with you.
There's some new talk, I guess, for fans. I mean, for me, I've noticed it here more so this year, and maybe draft experts have always been into it. But there used to be like a Wonderlic test or something like that, Kels. They don't no longer do that anymore, right? But as we talk about the smartness of players and things like that,
right? Yeah.
So who was that second guy that you had? Because you had one, and then did you have highlights from somebody, or you just covered them both?
I covered them both. That's what
okay.
2 for 1.
Okay.
Yeah. But let's talk about none other than Mr. David Bailey from Texas Tech.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh yeah. Oh boy.
Let me get to his highlights.
Because I'm telling you right now, if this boy slip and slide to 12,
Yeah, I know Kels is interested because this is the first highlight link she sent me, so I know she's all in on this guy. Let's go.
If he's there, if he's there at 12, Mansour Delane, I love you, but I'm going with Bailey. Okay, this boy, a 4.5 in the 40-yard dash.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember people were extremely faster this year at the combine.
Yeah, buddy. He is. Hold on, let me pull up his the rest of his draft card.
Yeah.
David Bailey, Texas Tech.
If you have not seen him play, then you're stupid. 6'4". He's 6'4". His wingspan is 33 3/4 inches. His hands is right up my alley. 10 1/4 inches. He weighed in at the combine at 251. This boy has flew everything off the charts. Production score, he's in the purple bluish color. He ranked number 1 with a score of 98. Athleticism, he ranked 3rd with a score of 80. His total score, he ranked 1st with a score of 86. Now let me get into this boy right here. He is a very high impact starting caliber 3/4 outside linebacker. But if you put him in as an end, defensive end, as an edge rusher, he plays a 4-3, he plays a 5-2, and he plays a 4-2-1. And what is Christian Parker is doing? He's starting off at a 3-4 base formation defense, but it's also multiples. I haven't heard him say so much as a 4-3, but he said a lot about a 5-2 and a 4-2-1, and he plays cover 6. Thank you, Jesus. Get this boy right here if he's there. He ended his 2025 season with an NCAA-led 14.5 sacks, 19.5 tackles for loss, and 3 forced fumbles. He is definitely a day 1 pick.
That's what I was going to ask. I mean, the way you pumping him up, I'm like, man, sounds like he ready to lace his cleats up and go now, Scottie.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He lace up them boots and let's go.
Which day do you see him really going on? The first day?
Day 1.
Day 1?
Day 1.
Yeah, I accidentally X'd out of our mock draft, so I can't look at it. I apologize, but man, I don't know. Was his name in there anywhere? I don't remember seeing his name in there. He must have came off quick.
He's definitely like in the top 10, but definitely the top 5. When you look at his versatility,
so is it just me, or is it going to be like all defensive players except for Jeremiah Love 1 through 11? Is that about right?
Yeah, and probably, and honestly, the old lineman from Miami, Francis Moore guy, I think he's going to go. Honestly, I've heard
his name.
I think Kansas City is going to get him or Caleb Downs. So,
damn, man, they just got Kenneth Walker too. Anyways, I digress. Yeah. But okay, back to David Bailey.
When you look at Bailey's versatilities, he is capable of playing in a 2-point standing, which is something that Christian Parker is going to do, as well as a 3-point stance, fitting well into both a 3-4, a 4-3, a 5-2, a 4-2-1 defensive scheme. He has a freakish speed and motor skill, and he does this thing. And he's also often described as a twitched up athlete. Some of his areas of improvement when it comes to his run defense, I honestly don't see him more so as a run defender, more so as maybe more so as a pass rush. He needs to improve. He needs to improve on his block shedding and run defense. The discipline, the high motor can lead to over pursuit by taking poor angles, but it's not a downgrade for him. And as far as his size, he came in at 6'4". Scouts, they said some scouts consider the 6'3" slightly short. For a prototypical NFL edge rusher. But he is 6'4", so he is being labeled as far as his height as a tweener. So he's between the 6'3" and 6'4" height.
Well, let me ask you this question. If he's there at 12, say in a perfect world, and the Cowboys were to pull the trigger,
get him.
I mean, which side is he going to be on? Because didn't we just re-sign Sam Williams a couple weeks ago? He plays at end too, right?
So the thing is with Sam Williams will be more so as a special team.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm like, at this point, like, who else do we got? Because, I mean, we've seen Micah, get shipped out, and, we've been hearing about all these other folks. I'll just go take a look at the Dallas Cowboys roster. Let's do that.
And his NFL comparison is Nick Benito, and we saw what Nick Benito did to us last season when we played Denver. So, hey.
So what's your thoughts on David Bailey as I get this roster up? Because I know you perked up a little bit, Scottie, about David Bailey. I think you like what you see with David?
I knew my sister was going to talk about him. That's why I just,
okay.
I was ready. Listen, let me tell you something. He is a football player. You can, like, even just watching him on film, man, he is relentless. He is relentless. Motor all day. And then the fact that he is so versatile, and you can kind of line him up in different areas, different spots. Now, one thing Kels was saying, I totally agree with. He definitely have to, like a lot of things that we dealt with the Cowboy defense, work on gap and leverage, integrity, and things of that nature. Because I think because he's such a playmaker, sometimes you have a tendency to, not be in the right place. But I think when we coach him up, and he get, like I say, get with that new culture, and CP get him, and all them veterans that's we gonna have on that squad, man. We'll be right if we can get him at 12. I don't know if he's gonna be there, but if we get him at 12, I'll be okay. I will be okay with that.
Yeah, looking at this roster, Kels. Yeah, we got Donovan Ezaraku on one end. Yeah, we just drafted him last year, right? Dante Fowler on the other, and then James Houston, Jadeveon Clowney. I don't know if we're going to re-sign him, or are you hearing anything on him? Are we keeping Clowney, and then Sam Williams, which you're re-signing?
Still haven't heard anything as far as Clowney yet.
So end is a need for the Cowboys. I mean, much like linebacker, but is it a unanimous still here that linebacker is our number one need at this point, whether it be rookie or a veteran?
No, we need to fill in Osa's spot. So are we going to do that with that third round pick?
A nose tackle, defensive tackle?
I think we're okay with nose tackle right now.
You think we're going to get more out of Jay Toya? I think he was one of the best DTs that came out of the draft last year, if I'm not mistaken.
So when you look at it, Kenny Clark is basically a nose tackle. So you have Kenny Clark. Then we got the one from the Chargers. I can't think of his name right now.
Quentin Williams, Kenny Clark, and Jay Toya is the only tackles we got on the roster.
No, we got one. The one from the Chargers. One of
the free agency signings.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wait, didn't we get Rashawn Gary and he in?
Yeah, but he's going in as a outside linebacker.
Okay, got you. On standard Cowboy stuff. Moving folks around.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's his natural position. And Rashawn Gary is our frat brother. So that's his natural position.
I take that back. Maybe they're trying to get him in the right lanes,
Yeah. But the thing is, he's a hybrid. So he plays he plays edge, he plays outside linebacker. But he plays if he is playing like a DN spot, he plays 3 tech, he plays 5 tech, he plays 7 tech, he plays 9 tech, and he plays 21 tech. He play all the techs.
Yeah.
So he might be one of those, even though he's going in as an outside linebacker, he could be like one of those pieces, like a hybrid.
Yeah.
You gonna
Swiss knife. I like one of those texts. Sounds like an army Swiss Army knife. You can do it all, right, Scotty?
Yeah, yeah,
and
pretty
the way
much, pretty
that
much.
and the way that it might be is depending on who we play. Like I said, one thing that Christian Parker does, even when he was with Bangio, which Flu should have done, was when you get the schedule, and once those schedules are set to that 53-man roster, they know how to scheme up the plays, and they was like, okay, we're playing the Eagles this week. Rashawn Gary, you're not going to be playing outside linebacker. I'm gonna have you as a DE on this game right here, and that's how they will set up that roster for that game.
Well, that looks like we've covered. Unless you got anybody else additional kills, any old by the ways out the door, folks we need to cover.
I mean, we had because I sent you 17. Let's run. You pick one, Scottie.
Well, I'll tell you the ones we haven't covered yet. We haven't talked about TJ Parker from Clemson.
Okay.
We haven't talked about Romello Height.
I was looking at those guys. I was also looking at the other kid from Texas A&M, Cassius Howe. I was looking at him too. And he a little undersized, but I was checking him out.
Yeah. I know TJ Parker was up there.
The kid from Clemson, right? Yeah,
there you go. Definitely. We got his highlights going now.
Oh,
what's your thoughts on him?
Woo! He bring the wood, as you can see. He bring it.
I need that Roy Williams wood, man, as we're 31 days away from the draft.
Sir. Now you talking.
Yeah.
3-1. Yes, sir.
So here's a fun thing about TJ Parker. This is Phil Maffa's team.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Phil Maffa did play at Clemson.
And from what I heard, that Maffa put a killing on Parker in practice at Clemens.
Okay.
And Phil Maffa is a bulldozing type running back, like Scottie said.
Bowling ball, yeah.
Yeah, he like big backs, and he don't lie. So so Maffa gave TJ Parker a run for his money in practice at Clemson. So he is going to be drafted on his card as an edge rusher instead of a pass.
Damn, he had rusher. 10 sacks.
Yeah. He has 3 tech versatility. He clocked in the 2025 season with the 80.7 PFF grade. He has totaled 41 pressures in the 2025 season. He has 5.5 sacks. What we said, he is projected as a day 1 or day 2 pick coming off the board. But if it's day 1, he's appearing more so as a mid to late first round pick. So if he's there at 20, this is another option. As a freshman in 2023, he has recorded 12.5 tackles for loss, but maintained a high level production in the 2024 and 2025 season, despite the team's struggles. He is capable in playing in both a 2 and a 3-point stance, moving from the edge to a 3 tech, and playing in both even and odd fronts. This is something that Christian Parker wants to do. One good thing about him, not a lot of injuries from what I'm seeing. He just needs to build his weight up. That's one of the areas of improvement that he needs to do, so he could get his get off speed a little bit better. let me see what else I can find on him. Oh, he does like to confuse and disguise his plays. Hey, Christian Parker, this your boy.
Yeah, a lot of disguise, a lot of spy. I like all that. I just throw vanilla out the mix. I mean, we just get this defense, Scottie, from the bottom because, like you said, we got to stop the run. We ran the most on us last year. We get to the middle of the pack. Like we were talking about this offense, we re-signed GP we tagged GP and we re-signed Javonte. So that offense is there at number 2.
Yeah.
Got to feel good as a Cowboy fan a little bit, right? A little bit of hope.
Man, if we stop that run, man, that's my main emphasis because I know we're going to get home. We're going to get to the quarterback. I think CP going to do enough to put people in positions to be successful. So we definitely got to stop the run. We got to focus on that. Get back to that good old Dallas Doomsday. Look, you ain't running nothing over here, man. We got to get back.
Yeah, can we get a Bill Bates from over here? Some undrafted guys from there, add to this team nobody knows about. That's what I'm excited about. And I think Sterling talked about that earlier, that we'll see at camp. We'll see at camp, guys coming on trying to make the squad. And then, the preseason game, still a long ways to go. But we covered a lot of edge rushers here, defensive ends. And I don't know, pick 12.
Yeah, and here's some other ones. Like I said, it's a lot of DEs that's on the Cowboys draft prospect list. I only sent BG 17, maybe 17 or 18 out of the the 32 that is listed. But here's some other ones to keep in mind. Cassius Howe, Mateo Ulagay from Oregon. I really like him. Romello Heights, he's also from Texas Tech. Jayshawn Barham out of Michigan. Even you know how I feel about Michigan players.
Oh, Kels, no,
you and the rest of the Cowboys fan base.
No.
But the thing is, like Rashawn Gary, he's from Michigan, but he's like one of the exceptions. Jordan Lewis. Those two are like two out of the exceptions. But this one is a good player from Michigan. The only reason why I picked him because he is from the DMV. He is from Forestville, Maryland, which is right up the street from me. So I have watched a little bit of him high school playing high school ball. So he is a good defensive end. So that's why I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, you went to Michigan, but I've seen you play high school ball and he is a beast. Another one is Danny Dennis Sutton out of Penn State.
Yeah, I was going to ask you maybe all those 17 names or however many you said that the Cowboys, if you could just post that on BDG and then the OAT, that way everybody could take a look at that. I know we only covered maybe 5 or 6 of the players here on video, but we normally like to keep our show up under an hour. But we did have a special guest from North Carolina, our guy Scottie. You got any plans to go any games this year, Scottie? Do you get out to games or no?
Now, this the funny thing. Yeah, first, yes, but this is the funny thing. All those years the Cowboys came to Carolina, I did not go to one game, believe it or not.
Wow.
Believe it or not. Every time something happened where I could not make it to the game. But this year, I definitely plan on getting my behind to one of these stadiums and watching one of the games. I don't know which one yet, but I will definitely let you know. I'm definitely going this year.
I don't think North Carolina is too far from D.C., right, Kale's just down the street over there. I know the Cowboys got to come out here twice a year. I think she got froze.
Yeah, up the road. My best friend don't live too far away from where Kels is at. So when I get up there, I got to definitely catch up with Kels, go out to eat and, just catch up.
Yeah. Well, good deal. We appreciate you having us on here and represent for all the North Carolina fans out there. I know they're all deep in the Carolinas out there. You got any clubs or any meetup groups or anything out there that you hang out with, you go watch games with when you're not at the stadium?
I used to go to this spot over like in the university area, but the place closed down. There are like a few Cowboy bars. They got Steelers bars. They got different teams. I just haven't been out as much, but I do plan on getting back out there and getting active this year. I'm ready, man. I'm about to go buy me some jerseys, some more hats and everything.
I just sent a picture. To you, BG. Scottie and I, he definitely saw me in my rare form when I went to North Carolina for the.
Oh yeah.
I was in true rare form.
That was a good night.
Yeah. Oh man, was it? Like Michael Parsons' dad was there. C.D. Lamb's dad was there.
Yeah.
We turned that place out. It was a camo party. Shout out to Fan Zone, Cynthia Bowen.
When was this?
This was when we took over Queen City. That was Queen City. That was in 2023.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Queen City. Yeah. Shout out to Cowboys stars of the Carolinas.
Oh Lord! The evidence. Oh Lord! Yep. Hey. Yes. That was a beautiful night. Beautiful night. I had a ball.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time out and being flexible. Like I said, we were scheduled on Sunday. We'll be live again this Sunday. It was a little blip in the road, but we're back. Little technical problems. Nothing going to stop us. We're going to keep this train going. This has been episode 6. Next week, we'll be back with episode 7. I'm so far behind. I got to get catched up. I don't even know what we're talking about next week, Kels. Do you know which position we're talking about next week?
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull it.
I think I got it right. Here we go.
There we go.
Defensive. No, we're going to talk about offensive line. Oh, boy.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Offensive line on the 29th. And we still got to book a guest. But our special guest, Scottie, thank you for tapping in from North Carolina. Her name is Kels. I'm BG. This has been Position Predictions 2.0, defensive edge, defensive ends. So make sure if you watch this after the fact, use hashtag replay. Thank you if you liked, shared, or commented. And thank you, especially if you gave stars, because our green badges are the ones that support us. Without y'all, these shows wouldn't be possible. And special thank you to all of our Patreon folks over there competing in position predictions. I mean, how many edges are the Cowboys going to draft? I would say at least one. Let's throw it around the board right quick, Kels. How many do you think we get? 1, 2, 3, 50, 11?
Maybe 1 or 2. We might get 2. We might get 2 in the draft. If not, then definitely 1 in the draft and maybe 1 as an undrafted free agent. But shout out to the blue and white family.
Yeah.
Incorporated Phi Beta Sigma.
How many edges we gonna pick, Scottie? How many you think? At least 1, 2.
I'm playing it like a spades game. 1 in the pop.
You got 1 in a pop.
1 in a pop.
I like it, baby. I like it. All right, man. We appreciate y'all joining. We'll see y'all next week on episode 7. We'll be talking offensive line from Michigan. You know it. We'll be back. See you next week.
Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.